Okay, welcome to our second part of medial signs. Tonight we will be doing vowel combinations. And first of all, I just want to say that all of our previous videos are on YouTube as of our last lesson. If you have emailed me, please know that I will get back here in the next day or two. I have a family member in the hospital who's had surgery, and I've been spending most of my time there when I'm not working. But I will get back to you and catch up this weekend. Other than that, another great resource if you're feeling stuck is grade the number 3 Braille, all written out.com. So with that, I will turn it over to Bob, and I'm sure he will do a great job explaining our vowel combinations.
Hello, everybody. Before we do that, I'm just going to, let's just review what we did last week. We did 8 medial signs. And remember, medial means in the middle of a word. We can use these in the middle of a word, okay? And the easiest way to remember is to group them. I grouped them into 3 groups. There are the first group consists of the signs for Q and V. The signs of Q and V. And very easy to remember, Q stands for QU and V stands for VE. Okay. The next group consists of 3 signs, and they're characterized by basically use of pretty much the entire Braille cell for these signs. So, for example, the SE sign is a backwards S, which actually looks like an E at the top. It's what we call in grade 2 the WH sign. So dots 1, 5, 6 stands for SE. Okay. Now the other sign that looks like the letter that it represents is the sign for double L, and it's on the right side of the cell is dots 4, 5, 6. So 4, 5, 6 is double L. And then the last one is just the double S sign, if you can remember LES or something like that, is dots 4, 6. Dots 4, 6 stands for SS. Okay, so if you're writing this, which I hope you are, if you missed it last with a Braille writer, again, I'll do these once again, these 5 again. Q stands for QU. V stands for VE. Dots 1, 5, 6 stands for SE. Dots 4, 5, 6 stands for LL. And dots 4, 6 stands for SS. Now, we only have 3 more contractions, and these are lower cell contractions, and they kind of look a little bit like the things they represent. So, for example, the sign for PP looks like the top of the P. It's dots 3, 6. So dots 3, 6 means PP. The top of the R is a dropped H. Dots 2, 5, 6 stands for RR. And the double T sign is the top of the T. It's a dropped J. Dots 3, 5, 6 is TT.
I think you meant 2, 3, 6 for RR.
I'm sorry, did I say? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you for that error. I'm good. Yeah, 2, 3, 6 is RR. Thank you. 2, 3, 6 is RR. FOR that out like my Braille teacher hated to do that, but we made mistakes. Yes, 2, 3. She went nuts. Anyway, 2, 3, 6 is RR, and 3, 5, 6 is TT. I'll go over these 3 one more time before moving on. Dots 3, 6 is PP. Dots 2, 3, 6 is RR. Dots 2, 3, 6 is RR. And dots 3, 5, 6 is TT. Okay, moving on to today, we're doing the double vowels. A vowel in our case is A, E, I, O, U, and Y when it's used as a vowel. A, E, I, O, U, Y. Those are the vowels. When we talk about double vowels, sometimes you will see the word diphthong, D-I-P-T-H-O-N-G. That just means a double vowel, like E-A, I-A, O-U, and so forth. Those are known as diphthongs. I'm not sure I'll be using that word again, but some of the grade 3 books use that term. Okay. There are 5 double vowel signs that contractions that we're going to be using today. The first one is the contraction for A followed by any other vowel. And if you move A to the right side of the cell, it becomes a .4. So .4 represents AA, well, which we really don't use, but AE, AI, OAO, AU, and AY. That's what it represents. So, for example, let's take the word raisin, R-A-I-S-O-N. We would write R.4 S, and then we can leave out the O-N. R.4 standing for A-I-S-N. If we were to write the word, haunt, H-A-U-N-T, it would be H.4 N-T. Okay, so this is some of the words, and let me just call it. Yeah, actually, instead of me calling out a word to you, maybe somebody wants to raise their hand and come up with a word in which you would use this .4 symbol for a something. Okay, do we have a hand?
Can I ask a question? Raisin,
yeah, sure.
The word raisin, it is R-A-I-S-I-N?
You're probably right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, like the raisin you eat.
Yeah, right. That is correct. Thank you.
So I
Okay.
yeah,
Good.
you
Thank you.
just use the IN sign, right? At the end.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I spelled it incorrectly, but
Okay,
I used,
I just want to
yeah,
make
thanks.
sure I'm getting
Yeah,
things.
yeah. They should actually have, when they have a spell checker when you write, they don't have a spell checker when you speak and the spelling. we need to have sort of those. Okay, let me just ask one of our participants here. Think of a word that you might be using this A vowel contraction. Okay.
All right, Chanel had her hand up and she put it down, but I'm going to allow.
Okay, I'll think of
Where'd she go?
oh.
Oh, here she is.
Well,
Sorry.
okay.
There you go, Chanel.
Okay, yeah, no, actually, I'd put my hand up at first because I had the same question as Lucy, but
Oh, okay.
I'll give you a word, plays. So you'd have PL.4S.
Very
for
good.
PLAYS.
Okay, good. Can anyone think of a word? I can't think of a word right now where AO appears in the middle of a word. Aorta, but that's at the beginning, Does anybody know one?
Well, we've got a lot of raised hands.
Okay, well, let's take the raised hands. Let's take
all right,
maybe
Kathy. Kathy?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks. So I have a question about, two things. What would you do with rain? Because you have the
Very
IN
good.
sign at the end.
Very good.
And
I was going to get to that in the rules, but we'll bring it up here. No problem. You would write A followed by the IN sign. There's always a rule in grade 3 Braille. If grade 2 Braille has the same amount of space as grade 3, the preference goes toward grade 2. So
Ah,
AIN is the grade 2 is written as AIN sign. Very good. Thank you for that question.
yeah, thank you.
Okay.
And
Oops. Oh, sorry, Kathy. I'm sorry I removed your permission to talk.
Did you throw her out of the meeting? Right. I've done that before. Somebody out of a meeting once. Oh,
All right.
gosh.
Jeanette.
So the word raisin, it would be the IN sign in that case, correct? That we would use.
Correct.
And the word
correct.
I had for you was sailing, S.4 LING sign.
That's right. Okay. Well, if anybody here ever comes up with the only AA I can actually think of 2 AA words, but they're proper names. So whether we use grade 3 for that, Baal, BAAL, and Canaan both have AAs in them. I can't think of the only AE I know is aeronautics, but of course that's at the beginning of a word. So anyway, I can't, So anyway,
Okay, wait.
we
Yeah, more raised hands.
more raised hands. Let's
Yes.
go through the raised hands before I get to the E. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hannah.
Well, I hope my spelling's is correct, but I was thinking of the word Caesar, CAESAR, so it'd be C.4 SAR sign. That's correct.
Good. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Kathy. I'm sorry, Kathy, I cut you off, so go ahead.
hi. I also was going to ask if you could, I'm sorry, would you repeat the double letter signs again? I missed one.
Okay. The double letter signs, the full cell ones are SS is 4-6. A 4-6 is SS. 4-5-6 is LL. The lowercase ones, the lower cell ones, 3-6 is PP. 2-3-6 is RR. And 3-5-6 is TT. Okay. Is that okay? Did you, is she still on mute? Is that okay?
You got it, Kathy?
Okay. I guess I did get them all. I thought I missed one. I'm sorry. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. One more. Area code 407. Can you please tell us your name?
Yeah, this is Shirley.
Shirley. All right, great.
So, I'm assuming, since you're saying double vowel starting with an A, you could do like Daisy, D.4 SY. But I did have another question for you also. Did I understand you to say at some point that you could use the V for like VE, like passive or something like that? And if that's the case, what are the rules about when you can't use that? I guess you can't use it at the beginning of a word like veer or whatever. I don't know when you're allowed to use it and when you're not.
The VE sign, I was surprised they actually put it as a medial sign. I can't think of an example right offhand, my top of my head when it's a medial sign, but it's also a terminal sign. So like brave,
Right.
You would use BR, leave out the A and the V. So if you see VE in the middle of a word, you should be able to use the, but you remember, like if it's VER, you would defer to the ER, or VEN, you would to the EN. So if you can think of tonight you can think of something that you have a specific word, but generally VE in the middle.
Like veer, like if you start a word.
No, that's a terminal. No, that's an initial sign. That would be initial.
Okay.
No, you can't.
Okay. All right.
No.
But
I've
am
got
I
one.
correct about the daisy, like the D.4sy?
Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. DAISY.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank
Here's one with VE in the middle. Naivete.
NAIVE. But then you see naive, and then te is like a suffix. So yes, you can use the VE sign. And what you can do in this case is, since there's naivete, there's our .4 for AI, the V for VE, and a little preview, folks. There is a terminal sign for TY. Or is there? Wait a minute, let me think. No, TE there is, but not TY. Okay. Anyway,
right,
but yes, you would be able to use the V for naivete. Yeah, that's probably why they put it as a mini. That's a good point. That's probably why they included it as a.
There is a terminal sign for TY. Yes.
Oh yes, .56. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, there is.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, so that word has a whole bunch of signs in them. So. Yes, thank you, Nancy.
Okay, whoops, one more. Jeanette?
Oh.
I believe naivete ends in TE.
TE.
And
okay,
I don't remember the TE sign at the moment, but I know we have one.
It's a low J again. It's the same as a TT sign. So yeah.
But yes. I wonder if that's since that's a foreign word, and the T, the TE is kind of like the syllable there. I wonder if that you could even use that.
You know what?
That would be at the end. That would look weird at that point, I think. But
yeah,
I thought it looked good.
It's also you can defer to your own. It's your personal preference.
Well, that's true. But I mean, if you're writing in general, yeah. But
yeah, it's a good question. Maybe we'll find out when I'm going to actually go through all the stuff in the Ruth Hayden book. She has all those passages in grade 3 Braille, so I'm bound to find that word at some place. Anyway, let's go on to the E's. We're going to go on to the E's now. EA it's interesting. EA is .2, and all the other E contractions are .5. So EE, EI, EO, EU, and Old McDonald, and EY are represented by .5. So beef is B.5 F, BEEF. And feud, FEUD, is F.5D. So with that, let's see if anybody here can think of some words with EI or EY or EO or anything that I've left out that we could possibly use with a .5.
All right, Chanel.
Beige, B .5 for the E and I, and then GE.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's how you spell beige, hopefully.
Yep,
now that we're all having spelling problems tonight.
Okay, good.
All right. And, oops. Jeanette.
You said beef, and what was the other word you gave it as an example there?
I gave feud, FEUD, but
Feud, yeah. Okay. I was thinking money.
No, but that's an end. But and there's no such word as monies. But if there were, you could probably use it. But that would be terminal, and this is not a terminal sign. So, okay.
All right, Hannah.
Word I thought of was rain, as in REIGN. So I guess that would be R.5GN.
Correct. That's right. Wish we had a linguist here. I'd love to know where all these strange words, with these long spellings, or like daughter, AUGH, how they come about in our language. But anyway, okay.
All right, Mary.
The word I'm thinking of is jeopardy. J.5 for the EO, PARDY.
That's right.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
That's it. Good.
All right. Let's see.
Anybody else? Because
Yes,
before we go to the
Janet.
guys.
Janet, you can unmute. Uh-oh, where'd she go? Oh, no. Janet, did you want to? You can, Jeanette or Janet?
Jeanette, maybe. Jeanette.
No, it's Janet Atchison, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you would know.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I gave her permission to talk.
Now
So,
listen, I forgot. I'm going to ask the participants another question. Maybe remember we had the word rain. You couldn't use AIN. Okay, we know we can't use EA. That's .2. But there are other combinations of E followed by another vowel, which would defer to grade 2. I can think specifically of 2 such examples. Can anyone think of one? I mean, I could give it to you, but just let's see if you can think of a possible words where you have E followed by another vowel, but that vowel would be followed by a consonant, which taken together would form a grade 2 contraction. I don't know if I said that right, but okay. Nobody,
right.
No hands? Any hands?
Yes, area code 4. Oh, Shirley.
Shirley, you must know this.
Okay. I'm assuming you're talking about like fear and deer.
Actually, that's very good. Actually, that's a third example. I wasn't thinking, but exactly. EAR. And instead of EAR, folks, we also have EEN and EER, like deer, DEER. You would put DE and then the ER sign. Deer is
for fear or deer, you would do the E and then the AR sign like it is
exactly.
In
yes,
2?
you would. Yes, you would.
Okay.
Okay.
And I apologize. I was sure I muted myself earlier, and then I heard somebody else mute me. So I don't know if I didn't get muted after my last time, or
no, that's okay. In webinar,
I
I take away your permission to mute and unmute. So okay.
Oh well, then I probably messed up the call. Sorry about that.
No, you didn't. You're
something
fine.
Here. Okay. Thanks. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Okay, and then there's EEN, like green or something like that. Again, use the E and then the EN sign. Okay, so those are examples where you would not be using the double E contraction. Okay, on to the.
Hold on,
Jeanette.
All right, I was doing great till you got into the word deer. DEAR would be like regular grade 2.
Correct.
What are you saying about DEER?
DE and then the ER sign. That's grade 2.
So
you use grade 2 when you use grade 2 when you can. So, for example, if you were to, you could write it D, E, and then the ER sign. That takes 3 cells. You could write it D.5R, .5 standing for double E. That also takes 3 cells. The rules are, and since they both take 3 cells, preference gets given to the grade 2 way of writing it. So you would write deer.
Couldn't you write the DE sign, which is the J, and then the ER sign?
I'm going to defer to either my other panelists here, because usually I write DE as a separate syllable, and that's a very good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
More.
That's correct. The DE as the 245 is a syllable. It's not a It's not a beginning like DER. If you put DER would look like, or it would like the DER would look like jur.
Yeah.
The
it's a good question. It's a very good question, and it's good to clarify that the initial sign for DE only comes into play when you're using it as a suffix.
syllable.
prefix, a prefix,
Yeah.
excuse me, a prefix as a syllable. Not so in the word deer, you would write DE and then the ER sign. Or
And that's
the
also
word,
true of the RE sign as well. It's also a syllable,
that's correct.
the initial
Yeah.
RE sign.
So the word deep again, well, no, sorry, I was just trying to think of an EER sign, any other EER sign combinations. Beer, BEER. Again, you type, and you don't use BE incidentally either, as far as I know, which is an interesting point. I'm not sure in grade 3 if you'd write beer, if you're allowed to use the BE sign and then the the BE sign and then the ER sign.
I wouldn't probably do that because
Yeah.
I think it would look too strange. It would kind of mess up the pronunciation of it. I would just write BEER sign.
Yeah, okay. Jeer is spelled JEER. Okay, I'm trying to think of a word that doesn't, it's obviously JE and then the ER sign. Okay. Peer, where you'd write PEER sign. So same thing. Okay.
One more. Sorry.
Okay.
Area code 571. You can unmute.
Yes, hello. This is Pam. I was thinking about the word sovereign. SOL and SOL and ER sign and then .5 and then GN.
Correct. Thank you. Yep, that's right. Okay, on to the I. I'll put this out to the panelists. Okay, we have a pattern going here so far. We have kind of a progression. Would anybody like on the panel? I'm not the panelists, the participants like to guess. What do you think the I followed by the vowel would be? IA, IE, II. I don't know if there's any IIs, but yes, sir.
I don't think they're IIs.
Unless I got 2 on my face, but anyway, IIs.
So are you asking for hands now?
I'm going to say hands, yes. Hands from the panel. What do you think
Shirley.
I?
Go ahead, Shirley.
I'm going to guess that it's .6.
You guessed right. Yep. It's .6. And all the I's there's no IIs or IYs, I don't believe. But whatever, all the I's, like triumph, TR .6 MPH. And so that trial, TR .6L, trial. Okay, IA is IE or IO or whatever. So can we throw it back to the participants? Any I words with combinations we haven't done? Can anyone think of an IO? I can. I feel like one now, but.
All right, Hannah. Oops. Hannah.
Oh, am I unmuted now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The word I thought of was pioneer. So would that be P.6 N E and then the ER sign?
Very good. And then you covered both the you covered the EER conundrum, and you've also covered the IO conundrum. I mean, thing. The word I was thinking of was idiot with ID.6T. Okay.
All right, Kathy.
Piano, P.6NO.
Okay. That's right. Okay. Are there any, no other raised hands will go into the O's? Oh, there are. Okay.
Shirley.
Lion, L.6N.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
All right. Jeanette.
Biology.
That's right. Okay.
Chanel.
What about a word like lieutenant where it's Lieu? You couldn't really, could you do L and then .6 for IE and then U? Or is there something that would represent 3 vowels altogether like that?
I would say the traditional rules of Braille were you use the first one, and there's no 3 vowel symbols. You do the IE and then the U, and it even sounds like that, lieutenant. So keep the U and contract the I and the E. That's how I would do it.
Yeah, so L.4. I mean, not .4, .6, U, T, E, N, and T.
Yeah, probably. But that's a good point. Like beautiful, BE. In grade 2, we do BE. There's no AU sign.
Yeah,
but
that's
yeah,
true.
but it's there is no AU contraction, but so it has to be the EA. But okay. So okay, let's move on to the O's. Now this is O except for one letter. I'm not going to say which one it is. I'll let one of our participants say it. Which this is starting with OA, going to OY, and including all the vowels except one in between. So, for example, boat is BOAT. So you have I forgot to tell you the Braille dots for the contraction. It's .45. .45 is O followed by another contraction. Okay. So boat is D.45T. Okay. Now, can anyone tell us, first of all, which contraction would be left out? Because there's a grade 2 for one already. And then we'll pass it on to see what other O vowel combinations there are.
All right, Mary.
Would it be OU?
Yeah.
Correct. So OU is still written as OU, the old way. Okay. Let's take a shot at some of the other OO, OY, OA, OE. Do you have any hints?
Not yet.
Can
All right.
we...
Hannah. Hannah?
This word, to me, they sound a little strange, but I was thinking about the word coyote, COYOTE. So would that be... Oh, you know what? That probably wouldn't work because it's a O and a Y and an O.
Well, that's a good question. Coyote. Oh, the Y there is not used as a vowel either. It's used as a consonant. So you probably could not include that in this group of contractions. It has to be 2 vowels together. You see? So yeah. So I would not. I would have to say no. You can't use the OY contraction there.
Know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Think of something that rhymes, folks. What's word with a O stands for something that, and think anything with a plural also. Okay. Oh,
right.
we got Janet just texted.
Yeah.
And she says loyal. Somehow on my phone is speaking when people text, my phone speaks it. I don't know.
Oh, the chat thing. Oh, okay.
The chat thing. That's fine. She's loyal. LO. Again, it's interesting. Y is being used there as a consonant and not as a vowel.
But it's not loyal. It would be a vowel there, wouldn't it? I mean.
No, O and the A are vowels. The Y is a yeah. It's like yes, yellow, or what? Loyal. It's the beginning of the second syllable. So I'm not sure if I'd write LOYL personally, but
that's how I've always written it.
Yeah, I don't think you can use the OY there, but the word toys, TOYS, you can there. The Y is a consonant. It's not toes. It's adding the oy. to the word, so it's being used as a vowel. So it's a diphthong there. It's a double vowel. Whereas in loyal, it is not a double. It's not a diphthong.
All right, Chanel.
Yeah, I had more of a question. So what if you have a word like, boat or boot? Well, they could both use that 5-6. I guess you would just try to stick from the context with the correct.
Actually, I was going to get to that because there's an even one before that. Yes, boat and boot would again, they recommend writing it out. But if you're writing about once you've talked about your boats in the water and everything, you could get away with using it. But yeah, again, avoid using that. The other word they had meant, let me get this right. It was with the A contractions. Coil, here, it's the O's again. Coil, COIL, coal, COAL, and cool, COOL. Again, you would have to spell those out at first. So yeah, the O's seem to invite confusion here, but yes, that's it.
All right,
okay,
Jeanette.
I thought of I can't talk. Goes and toes.
Yep, that would be okay. Yes. Okay.
Okay, we have area code 661. You can unmute. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
It's Courage. Courage is one of them.
With the OU sign.
With the OU sign?
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
OU has to be written as grade 2. So courage, courage, you'd write it the same. You'd use the OU sign as you would in grade 2. However, let me hold on. Don't get away that easily. Except there is one difference in grade 3 with the word courage. Even though you keep the OU sign, what so far from what we've learned so far, do you remember how else would you write it differently in grade 3?
You don't remember. Don't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember? Okay. It's when we outline, I don't know if you hear it near the beginning of our little thing here, you would leave out the A in courage, the last A there. You could write COUR and then GE. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay.
I'm just going to give one example. This is
Go.
Kristen, but in the Hadley book, I really like how they give the examples of annoyance with the ANN, the 4-5 for the OY, ANCE, but they also give boyhood. And boyhood, they've used B45H 45D.
Good example.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
The OI and the OO and hood.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Moving on to the U's. Since the O's were 4-5, the U is 5-6. UA, UE, UI, UO, UU. Okay. So vacuole, VACUOLE, I think is the word. That's a weird word, but there's a UO there.
Yeah.
You could write VAC, actually leave out the A, VC 5-6, and then LE, which we'll get to soon. Okay. Vac. I'm not going to give this next example. I'll throw that out later on. But fuel, F. You got it. Thank you, Janet. She just said it's in the chat. Vacuum, VAC 56M for UU, vacuum. Yes. Actually, believe it or not, VoiceOver pronounce it it does pronounce it vacuum. So fuel, FUEL, F56L. Dual, DUAL, D56L. Okay.
Hold on
yeah.
a minute though, because there's a word DUEL too, like a duel. You know, you're fighting a duel.
Yeah, good point. Good point. So yes, okay, there. So we would probably mutual, MUT56L, context. But yeah, but mutual is only one, 56L. Okay, and okay, and I will be getting to a rule soon with this, but let me just throw it out if anybody has any words or questions.
I'll add one thing here. On the UA, they do a lot of words end in UAL. So they're using that 5-6L.
Yeah,
so
hold
be
on,
careful.
hold on. Yeah, hold on. I was hoping one of our participants would bring that up because they did bring up AIN before I actually brought it up.
Yeah.
Yes, and the question would be, what? Okay, and this is where our two the Hayden book says one thing, the Roddenberg book says something else. I happen to agree with Roddenberg. In grade 3, drop the grade 2 symbol for FUL. Do not use 5-6L for FUL at all, because FUL can be outlined to FL. So there's your 2-cell representation of the letters FUL, okay? Because there's so many UALs, UELs. Let 5-6L stand for either UAL or UEL, and that's how we're going to be seeing 99.9% of 99% of the words that we'll be writing. If you're going to write FL, just write like the word useful. Just write useful would be U. Oh, who'd like to tackle useful then? This is a good one actually. Based on what I just said, how would we write the word useful? And remember last week, the medial sign.
All right, Shirley.
I guess it's going to be U and then 156 and then FL.
Correct. Very good. Incidentally, what kind of clock do you have? Every time you come on, I hear these chimes.
Oh, actually, that was mine. I think that was my grandfather clock.
Yeah, I don't have.
Oh, it was. Oh,
yeah, that
okay.
was my grandfather clock.
Oh,
and,
okay.
So we have 15 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, great. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Anybody want to think of any other words? We did UE. Can anyone think of a UI word?
All right, Hannah.
Well, this time I think I have a correct word. I would say a cruise, CR56 and SE.
Correct. That's right. Okay. So I think that pretty well covers it all. And again, just to review, dot 4 is A followed by another vowel. Dot 5 is E followed by another vowel. Dot 6 is I followed by another vowel. Dot 4-5 is O followed by another vowel, and dot 5-6 is U followed by another vowel. Okay. Incidentally, UI, like the word buy, is BUYS. Okay. So you can use the 5-6 there. Okay. Certain rules. Many of you got these already. Okay. Using grade 2 signs are always preferable to using grade 3. So obviously we keep the EA, the EE, we keep the EA sign and the OU sign. We keep those, okay? And in such words as AIN, we keep A followed by IN. EER, we keep E followed by ER. EAR, we keep E followed by AR. EEN, we keep E followed by EN. Okay, and same thing like with EIN, E followed by IN. Okay, so in any of those combinations, if the amount of space is the same, keep the grade 2 combinations there. Okay. The other rule again has to deal with FUL. We no longer use 5/6L as FUL, but we use FL, those letters to represent FUL. Okay. And another rule, which I actually should have said earlier, which you figured out already, is that if in words such as where you can have it could mean several things, such as coil, coal, and cool, do not use the contraction, unless, because it's in context, the word is clearly understood, and I mean clearly understood. Okay, so so we had those words, and even the words, what was it, deer, and no, I can't think of it right offhand. Remember, but anyway, so
you have a couple of sorry.
Raised hands. Let's take the raised hands.
All right, Shirley.
Okay, I had 2 questions. Cruise came up a little bit ago, CR, and then we talked about the, yes, it was 5/6, and then she said SE. Wouldn't you use the 1/5/6? Couldn't you do CR 5/6 and then 1/5/6 for cruise?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, but we only talked about SE as a medial contraction. We haven't yet talked about it as a terminal contraction, but because you brought it up, yes, it is a terminal contraction, and we can use it there. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Jeanette.
You said coil, cool, and there was one other word you said I didn't understand.
Coal, COAL. Like if it's cool, you put coal in the furnace, and the furnace has coils in it. So anyway, you have to spell those 3 words out. So that's what.
If it's cool, you put coal in the coiled furnace.
Okay, any more questions? Because if not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a grade 3 word.
I just lied. Oh, jeez.
Oh.
All right, area code 571, Pam.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I like the word when it begins like at the beginning of the word, like ions, IONS. You could still put the .5. It doesn't matter if it's at the beginning of the word or whatever.
No, these are
.6.
These are medial signs. Medial signs means they go in the middle. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So they're not. They don't go at the beginning. Now, what you're going to learn is some, not all, but some of these medial signs are also terminal signs. But we'll be doing that in the coming weeks. Okay.
Oh darn. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Area code 816.
I'd like to know, how are you going to tell the difference between your double vowel signs and your right hand signs that appear before either initial letter or terminal letter contractions?
Can you give an example? Give an example.
I can't think of a good example right now, but we have a lot of signs coming up where we're going to be putting one of the right-hand signs in front of a letter or contraction and using it as a word.
Okay, very good. I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying. I understand your question now. Yes. Okay. It's by context. For example, Yeah, the like the .5D or the .45D. Yeah, we will. It's really sometimes you have to do a double take on the word and say, what could this possibly mean? And it is really by context of the word. And since we haven't done any of those words yet, I haven't thought about possible examples that you're talking about. So I haven't prepared any of those, but it could happen. It usually doesn't because of the structure of our language, but it can. And in that case, like anything else, when there's ambiguities, you write it out. So if you could, go ahead. Yeah, if you can think of something, bring it in next week. That'd be great to throw out to us panelists, see how we handle it. So, yeah. So.
All right.
Thank you.
Well,
we got one more hand. Ralph, go ahead.
This is on a different tangent, but what about the word whereas? Could you write .5 WHZ?
Excuse me.
I'm trying to think. I
wouldn't
would
do that, but
I would.
What?
I don't know.
What, Bob? I'm sorry.
No. I'm just pulling your leg here. No. That's a good question.
I would do it.
Yes, why not?
Yeah, I have done it.
Whereas I've never thought about doing that. Wow.
Yeah, I don't
I
see
just
how.
say the space.
I've never thought about doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I
How
don't
would
see
you
what
do
else.
it, Nancy? How would you write it, Nancy?
Well,
then?
because it depends on how. Whereas, I think the reason I wouldn't do that is because when you get into spacing rules, which we haven't got there yet, that where and as the two words could be spaced together, they could appear together as where if I don't know.
What Nancy's trying to say for clarification is, strictly speaking, in the strict rules of grade 3 Braille, .5 WHZ stands for two words, where space as. That's strictly what it stands for. Now we're using it as one word instead of two.
Yeah.
And therefore, strictly speaking, we'd have to spell out AS.
Okay.
But again, you're writing your own notes. I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's a good question, though. Very good.
Yeah, it is.
Very good point.
Okay, we have one more hand.
And how much time?
About 5 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, Camilla.
I missed last week when you were talking about the medials, but I'm assuming that we're using the drop D 256 as double D, which is not what we're using in UEB. So
correct.
Did that get mentioned?
No, we didn't get mentioned because basically the book assumes we're still using the old English Braille grade 2 signs: BB, CC, DD, FF, GG, and I think I got them all. So yeah, they're still operational, or whatever, in use. Correct.
They're writing it like EBAE. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we had anybody on the call that was a UEB user that had never encountered that before, so I wanted to mention it. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. No, the old grade 3 has not been updated because UEB has come into use. So the rules of Old English Braille still kind of apply to our use of grade 3. So we can still use BLE at the end of the word.
Yay. Boy, that's hard for me.
I know. Okay. I'm just going to throw a few, 2 or 3 words out here, and you're going to tell me what they mean. W.5WH. W.5WH. Somebody take a guess? W.5WH. I'm making the hard ones.
Mhm.
I realize that.
No hands? Nobody?
Would
Well, think
anybody
about
like to?
what it-
Would
think about
anybody like
what-
to weigh in on this?
Think about what the WH stands for before you think of that medial sign. Think about what we learned WH was.
All right.
No, this is W.5. Did I say WH or did I say
Oh,
GH?
you did.
Yeah, you said
Okay, we need GH.
I meant GH. I'm sorry. W.5 GH. I
Yeah.
got the dyslexia.
All right.
Yeah, it would
Where
be
you going?
Weigh, WEIGH.
Thank you. Okay, I'll throw
I
the
was like,
last
what are
one
you
out.
going for?
I'm sorry. I'm just Jesus. Okay. Anyway, boy, that's really reversal what I just did. Okay, this is a great one. Listen to this one. See if you can get this one. T.56.56N. T.56.56N. I like this. Oh, I hear.
All right. Hannah?
I'm going to guess it's caution.
No, well, that would be C. Can you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first letter.
T is in
What was the first
T is
letter
in
again?
T is in Tango. T is in Teresa.
He is in
T is in
tuition?
that. Tuition. Very good. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear the consonant sound for the first letter.
Yeah, I should. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Okay, I think we're about out of time, and everybody, the participants, you did really well. I just wanted to mention one of the thing with the F56L and the FUL, GR56L. GR stands for grace. Now, if you write GR56L, that's grace. That would be gruel. GRUEL. Graceful is GRFL. That's the example they gave of confusion. Anyway, yeah, GR56L is GRUEL. Therefore, 56 is reserved for U followed by another vowel. Okay. Yes.
So drop the 56L as FUL.
That's it.
Forget it.
Yes. 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 And then another grueling time we've had tonight. Anyway.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. And I'll turn it back
Thank
to
you.
Kristen.
Yeah, and be sure to watch for this video on YouTube this coming Saturday. It should be up. And if you would like to email us, feel free to email. If you would like the BRFs, email Braille, spelled out, mailbox @gmail.com. And if you would like more explanation or you think you missed something, email Nancy at thesongmage, MAGE, @yahoo.com. thesongmage@yahoo.com. But thank you for joining us, and we will return next time with terminal signs. So have a great night.
Thank you.
All right.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Night. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey.